Well, Chinese modernization has some common features as modernizations in other countries, but we call it Chinese modernization means, and Chinese modernization also has Chinese characteristics. So we have a look into both sides. One side, it's a common, with other university. And then also on the other hand, Chinese modernization has its own feature, right? So for example, I always, as a scholar, I always look into modernization from three perspectives. The first perspective, of course, is modernization at the material base or the material level. So in this level, modernization is not controversial. Every country will pursue material modernization. Every country would like to have a highway, high speed train and ports, airport, and high technology, all kind belong to material side of modernization. Every society will agree, people should have a high income, right, and a happy life. Then also modernization, we can pursue modernization from an institution perspective, or from a third level from a human being perspective, right? At the institution level, I think modernization, every country is different. But in the past, we understand modernization as Westernization, right? Because the West countries become rich first. So we believe, because of their institution, like democracy or freedom, so democracy and freedom lead to economic development. But according to Chinese experience, or according to many other non-Western and developing countries, their experience, and the Western type of institution will not necessarily lead to economic development. So so that's why we argue at the institution level, Chinese modernization is different from the West. Or you even can argue at the institution level, modernization in Japan or in Singapore are different from that in a Western country, because every country will have to find its own type of institution, which fit its civilization, culture, and the national condition, right? Also for human being, because human being is a cultural, and every country has different culture. Cultural modernization doesn't mean cultural Westernization. So particularly in East Asia, because we have a long tradition of Confucianism. So I would say in terms of material modernization, every country is almost as the same, right? But in terms of institutional modernization or human being modernization, right? Every country is different. They are different from each other. In summary, we have to look into the common perspective, common features, and also differences among countries. So many countries are interested in Chinese way of modernization. They want to know Chinese experience in pursuing modernization. Like I mentioned, every country would like to pursue modernization, but the process of modernization could be destructive. Modernization produces good things, but also bad things. But some follow the way the Western countries have developed, or that called the Western way of modernization, but not so successful cases, not so many successful cases, and most of countries have not achieved their goals of modernization. While China did, and the Chinese story of modernization has been quite successful. So that's why many countries are interested in that. So they want to know why China is so successful, how their own country can learn from China a bit.